Finally, some word of some bass coming out of the beleaguered Albert Falls Dam, along with some good numbers of red-breast tilapia, carp and barbel. Conditions have been near perfect with the heat wave and warm conditions.
It's unreal what's actually happening down here at the moment. The actual amount of species that are coming out has just been absolutely phenomenal.
There you go, buddy. Hit now!
This is the Angler News SA podcast. I'm Vanessa Green.
Hey, welcome back to another Angler News Report, where this week, guys, as we know, it's been a cooker, it's been a scorcher, it's been an absolute steamer out there. So has the last 3 weeks, and so has the last 3 weeks of incredible fishing. Guys, the fishing is as hot as the weather. It's been remarkable. This week in KZN, we were talking about an array of species, ranging from mammoth, shad, and pick-handle barracuda boats. The Dorado are still absolutely wild. The bass are going crazy. The tilapia out there, the yellowfish at Stekfontein just hasn't stopped. However, just like our title says, we are in for some serious weather, guys, and we got to get that fishing fixed before it comes. Now, that window is pretty small at the moment. However, you are dialed into the right place because our reporters are going to tell you exactly where those sweet spots are, so you're not going to waste any time. You're going to get out there and you're going to get into those strike zones. Now, we're going to get into it, and before we do, as always, a huge shout out to our sponsors, the Kingfisher.
This February, the Kingfisher is celebrating love, fishing style. Show your love for fishing and each other. Send us your best photo of you and your partner sharing special moments on the water, and you could win a 2,000 Rand dinner voucher for the best picture. Got a catchy couples or team name? You could also score a 2,000 Rand Kingfisher voucher. The competition runs from the 1st to the 13th of February 2026. Share your image on our Facebook page on our Valentine's thread. Email your team name to promos@kingfisher.co.za and receive a 14% off coupon to use in-store or online. The Kingfisher, where love, fishing, and great rewards come together.
Thank you, the Kingfisher. Guys, the show could never be possible without them, and they're still giving us more. They're giving us that couples competition, which is absolutely awesome. You know what? Where else can you score a 2,000 Rand deal in the fishing industry for you and your sweetheart? And you know what? You got to send through those photos. There's a couple days left. And make sure to send through that team name. You never know. You could win yourself a Kingfisher voucher to spoil yourself. All right, now let's get into the show. Let's kick it off in Durban with my man Mike V and Brad Krobler with all that's going on over the summer period.
How's it, guys? Yes, it's been a lovely time on the beaches, paddle ski boats, pretty much all over. It's been fish, and more fish, sometimes less depending on the water temperature, but when the conditions have lined up, it has been really good. We've had some lovely honeycombs, some lovely diamonds, some lovely sandies. There's been a couple of Zambesis, 1 or 2 big blackfins, all in the mix. The guys that have been traveling have been looking for the edibles, have been coming right. Good couple of cob far up north and quite far down south. Otherwise, it's all been about the edibles. The guys have been targeting, running, putting large amounts of hours on the beaches. Some guys getting rewarded with some absolutely cracker fish. Other guys just catching the normal 1s and 2s around that are around. Quite a few browns on the south, quite a few sandies on the south. Couple of honeycombs on the Durban North beaches, going up north, far north on the points. Again, sandies, honeys, diamonds. There's been a big mixed bag of things. On the paddle skis and ski boat side, the guys have been doing very well with the Snoek and Couta. A lot of the smaller Couta, they'd say 2 to about 6 kilo size, but there have been a couple of rockets in the mix there as well, up to about 20 kilos. The guys getting their bag limits of Dorado quite easily. A couple of oaks still catching some yellowtail and amberjacks on the bottom. So, yeah, the guys have been doing very well on the ski boats. Durban Bay, lots of kingies, up to 50 centimeters, some even bigger, some really good fish on the light tackle. The guys are still getting some springer and things like that, and that springer should still warm up a bit more until you get into April. Yeah, let's hope to hang around till then. Quite a few grunter in the bay, some nice ones up to 3-4 kilo size. You a couple cob here and there. If the water temperatures just cool down a bit, the fish should try even better. Guys, this is Mike V for NSA News. Thanks, man.
Good day, guys. Brad here from Linsky Fishing Charters. Fishing up to Durban over the week has been, with a very nice, warm, hot water out in the deep. There's been quite a few game fish, all the way from Dorado, sailfish, marlin, wahoo, and some nice tuna. Now, that's all happening in that 120 to 180 meter zone off the Mhlanga Rock side of the thing. In the shallows, once again, guys, the Snoek and the small Couta have been quite prolific of the Durban area, from between Beechwood and Stronger. Some really nice Couta coming out by Peace Cottage area. Bottom fishing, general bottom fishing has been pretty good with some nice fish. Been some nice amberjacks around, stuff like that. Yeah, but guys, the water has been really nice and warm. For people who want to get out there, it's a really good time to do it. So this is Brad for Angling News South Africa. Tight lines, and see you guys all next week.
Thank you, Mike and Brad. What an array of species, guys. What a way to kick off the show. I absolutely love it. We don't have to travel far. The fish are right here in our front yard, backyard, whatever yard you want to call it. Get out there and fish. Now, we do know there's a bit of a small window on Saturday. We do know there's a bit of rain coming through. But while that opportunity is there, and before you go and be all romantic with that lovebird of yours, get out there and get some fishing done out of Durban. Now, if you want to travel just slightly out of Durban, well, Michaela has a fantastic report, and it goes all the way up to the North Coast as well and offshore. Let's hear what she has to say.
What's up, everyone? This is Michaela from Durban, reporting for Angler News SA. It's been another fantastic week of fishing, with plenty of fish having come out along our coast. Kicking things off, let's start at Blue Lagoon. There's still a few grunter coming out, as well as a few shad and edibles, while the guys at Beechwood are getting some nice grunter raisin. Moving up to Virginia, there's been plenty scratching species coming out off the pier, with a few pompano and stumpies in between and the odd shad. For our Mhlanga anglers, the shad are still coming out, as well as some grunter and 1 or 2 stumpies. For Mhloti, there's plenty of scratching species around, as well as some nice sized shad. For the offshore side of things, however, Durban is still producing plenty Snoek, as well as a few Couta, while the deep is still hot with Dorado and tuna. For the bottoms, there's been some lovely rock hard and reds coming out, with a few yellowtail in between. For Mhloti, however, there's been some Snoek and Couta in the shallower bait marks and plenty of Dorado in the deep, while the bottoms guys are still getting into some lovely rock hard. Moving right up the coast to Belito, there's plenty in edibles and shad coming out, while St. Lucia is still producing big speckled snapper, rock hard, and GTs. For the offshore side, Belito saw big Couta and yellowfin tuna come out over the past week, while St. Lucia is producing big billfish, Couta, and Dorado. That's going to be it from me for this week, guys. Tight lines, and have a great one.
Michaela, what a fantastic report. Once again, so much species coming out. Now, that's Durban, that's the North Coast. That is an amazing report of wherever you want to go and fish. But what if you want to fish up at the Midlands? Well, good news up there as well, because Jan starts off with saying there is fish and more fish. So let's find out exactly what fish are coming out.
Hey there, guys. Jan here from Kingfish in Pietermaritzburg. So that random stable weather we mentioned last week, it's too stable, some are saying, as the heat wave continues to make its presence felt on the Midlands and driving many to head to waters, but not for fishing, that is, but rather for swimming and temperature regulation purposes. But with some surface water temperatures already reportedly sitting at 28 degrees centigrade, even that can be like to be sitting in a tepid bath. That being said, the recent flurry of level 4 weather warnings has produced some rain over the last week, but that's been up closer to the Berg, and with a couple of reports from the Kimberg Valley noting well over 100 mils received over the last week. This will have put some input into the rivers, just as levels were starting to drop, but this appears to tie in with warnings of drought and deluge for South Africa, with the remainder of the summer rainfall period expecting much higher rainfall, which bodes well for the winter, however. But currently, if you are headed out, guys, keep those water levels up. Sunscreen and a wide brim hat are not optional extras. And with the rainfall, we'll talk water wings if the need arises. Scalies are not as put out by changes in water conditions as perhaps the trout are, and there have been some good reports of fish in the 40 centimeter, that is, to 16-inch class from the Lions and the Mbeni rivers. The lower reaches of the Umkomaas River were blown out, with the color of the water being described as too dirty to fish, but too thin to plow. No local reports from the Trout River anglers, but further afield, the Palela River was looking fishy and showed off a handful of its little rainbow gems, which were taken on nymph patterns. A couple of the Natal Fly Fishers Club stillwaters saw some anglers over the past week, with one of the returns showing a solid scorecard of a dozen trout in the 9 to 11 inch or 23 to 28 centimeter brackets. Anglers reported that the low and slow, that is, fishing deeper with a slow retrieve to get the fly down into the cooler water, was the ticket to finding the fish. Guys, foot and mouth disease continues to be a cause for alarm in the Midlands. But on the upside, under consultation with the various landowners and stakeholders, the various winter events, that is the Tops Corporate Trophy Challenge, and both the Boston Fly Fishing and the Camberg Trout Festivals have set their dates and have opened entries. So guys, check the social media or come and chat to me for some more information on these very popular events. Finally, some word of some bass coming out of the beleaguered Albert Falls Dam, along with some good numbers of redbreast tilapia, carp and barbel. Mid-Mar remains a constant, providing bass and carp. The other constant has been the yellowfish of Snoek. Conditions have been near perfect with the heat wave and warm conditions. Guys, do stop in the Kingfisher Pyramidsburg for the best in tackle and advice.
Oh, thank you so much, Jan. What another legendary report. Slow and slow. You know what? Keeping it low, that's the title of my favorite Lenny Kravitz song. But apart from that now, back to the fishing, and it is brilliant. That's exactly music to my ears. Trout, yellowfish, bass, and carp. Certainly fish happening up on the Midlands. So you know what? Let's get out there and get that fishing done if we want to move away from the salt. However, if we are staying on the salt, let's keep it down the south coast with my man Ray Thompson.
There's been some epic fishing over the last couple of days in the Warners. In this area have had quite a lot of fish. Starting far south at Pennington, the brown skates have started making their appearance. There have been quite a few little bonefish caught in that vicinity as well. Scottborough, the gully, has produced quite a few brown skates, sand sharks, and of course the bonefish. Other than that, as far as the edibles go, it's been very quiet in that vicinity. Heading north to Evo, brown skates, sand sharks, the usual suspects for this time of the year. Evo north, unfortunately, guys, has been very quiet. A couple of browns, a couple of eagle rays in the 20 kilo range. The brown skates have been the smaller 10 to 15 kilo. There's been a lot of small little shad around. Those little Chinese shad have been around. Lots of mullet again in the Lovo vicinity. For those of you doing light tackle spinning, a lot of sand gurners as well. Other than that, guys, it's been very quiet. Looking forward this week. Your last good fishing day is most probably going to be Saturday morning. And then we're going to have a lot of rain coming, guys.
Thank you, Ray. That's a great report of all those non-eds. And guys, in case you are planning on heading down to the south coast, well, in that vicinity, that Amkumas River has come down. The water is absolutely brown. It may be a bit challenging to fish there this week. However, next week, once that water settles, we know it's going to be on like Donkey Kong. So let's hang 10 for that. Now, where we don't have to hang 10 for some fish, I mean, you got to hear this report. He is going on about absolutely everything happening down the south coast. He says if you want fish, get down to the south coast, and here is why.
Hey, Vinesh, I hope you're my friend, and everyone, as always, has had a beautiful week so far. Yo, my man, it has been hot. It's been absolutely boilers down on the south coast, but so has the fishing. It's been on fire, Vinesh. From Springer to pick-handled barracuda, or puck as we know them, or greater barracuda as we know them. How many more names do you want to give that fish? 2 shad, 2 hammers, 2 greys. What? This is the south coast. It's unreal what's actually happening down here at the moment. The actual amount of species that are coming out has just been absolutely phenomenal. Again, the south coast shines. In terms of deep sea, the guys have been getting tuna, wahoo, dorado, bottomfish, as always. Take your pick, Vinesh. Just, yeah, if you want to go deep sea, pick a fish you want to target and go and target it, because the marlin are around, the sailfish are around. It's absolutely crazy. You're going to rock and surf side of things. You want an edible or non-ed, Vinesh? You decide what's on the menu, because I'm telling you now, you come to the south coast, you put a bait out for whatever you pick on that menu, you're going to get it. Yes, the bronze bream and the rock side of fishing have been a bit slow in terms of blacktail and whatnot, but they're still there. The guys are still getting 1 here and there in terms of the rock fishing. The gamefish are still around. The guys are still getting cob. Yeah, again, what? It's the South Coast, Vinesh. What more do we need? Even Tershi, our Cobb and Norris, or the guy that catches the most amount of cob that I know down on the south coast, went out with his daughters and caught some bass. So yeah, you want bass, you want saltwater fish, you want freshwater fish, you want deep sea, you want rock and surf. What you want, Vinesh, we got, boss. But otherwise, guys, I hope you have an epic weekend coming up. Stay safe, tight lines, and let's see those catches.
Adam, oh my goodness, Adam, you wanted, we got it. What a way to run off the show. The South Coast certainly has it all, guys. It is brilliant, it is beautiful, it is a cooker, it's a steamer, but it is the fishing that's going on just as good. So here's what's going to be happening, right? We've got a window open on Saturday morning. It is looking absolutely fantastic to get out there and get that fix that you need for the weekend. Because there's a bit of rain coming through. Now, if that doesn't worry you, that's perfectly fine. The fish are wet anyway. Get out there and get fishing. Guys, it's Valentine's weekend. It's a couple days left for that Kingfisher promo. And you know what? Apart from that, if you are staying in, make sure to check out the new Bait Master Show. Episode 2 just dropped. We just did episode 3, another phenomenal live episode. But if you want to see what happened in episode 2, if you want to see the next talent coming through, the young blood, the future that's going to echo throughout the industry for years to come, guys, check out Baitmaster on the Angler News channel. All right, so that's it for this week. It's going to be another good one, I have no doubt. So if you want to see that array of catches, make sure to check it out on our social media pages. But for now, that is us, and until the next one.
This is the Angler News SA podcast. I'm Vanessa Green. Find more episodes at ecr.co.za under podcasts or your favorite podcast app. Let's fish for the future.